shot. It was the result of ball movement, which often led to a good look. Still their first look, though, back to that effective field goal percentage, was to get the ball inside.
Tries to save it, and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Von Maker's checked in for John Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Chris Middleton. Andre Liggins, he's checked in for Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Eric Bledsoe. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
And the Celtics trade for Kyrie Irving, sending shockwaves back in August. Never before had a pair of 25-point-per-game scorers swap teams in the offseason. That's what you call a blockbuster.
Maker dishes to Antetokounmpo. In the corner, Snell with it. He feeds it to Maker. Back to Snell. Bucks passing it around. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Drains the three-pointer. Antetokounmpo's got 11 points.
And no doubt Irving and IT, both elite offensive weapons. But Irving, 6 inches taller, perhaps more defensive upside, and 3 years younger. The Celtics feel he fits their timeline.
Boy, it's so much fun seeing Brown drop the hammer. Just an amazing dunker who bashes the basket.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Back to Dellavedova. 3 seconds left. No good on the shot. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. Boston trailing. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Tony Snell is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Maker in at the center, locking down the middle. Clark, what is amazing about how Giannis plays is how much ground he can cover. It's like he shrinks the floor with how long and tall he is and his stride when going end-to-end or just attacking the basket.
Agreed. And how about this? I mean, he's Euro-stepping at 7 feet tall. I mean, that's like a dance move, and this guy's doing it with ease. His size and movement and grace looks like at times he's on another planet playing against the best players in the world. The Greek Freak has set a standard on what it means to have elite athleticism in the NBA that very few can match. You know, Kevin, when you watch Giannis, it's impossible to not see how much he impacts the game. I mean, you can never feel comfortable as an opposing team when Giannis is in action at either end of the floor. Offensively, he's a problem, and defensively, he's a nightmare.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. John Henson's checked in for Maker. Chris Middleton comes in for DeAndre Liggins. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks' lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Baines. And so it's Milwaukee now. And the stats for Giannis are equally impressive with how many categories in the box score he can fill up. What is scary, Clark, is that he's just scratching the surface.
He's such a young guy. You forget about it because his game has a maturity to it, even though you see a rawness to it as well. I mean, this guy has a tremendous upside. I think he's a player that could be one of the most unique players we've ever had in the league.
Bucks leading by 7. Henson the pass to Antetokounmpo. 9 for 9, looking deadly accurate. Like guys, he cannot miss.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Here's Irving. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Irving's got his second basket of the night. Bucks have gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. Henson dishes to Antetokounmpo. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Brogdon, he's checked in for the Bucks. Ojale is checked in for the Celtics. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. There's a good screen. Bledsoe kicks to Brogdon. Right side, Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Celtics ball. 19 seconds left to play here in the half. Irving kicks to Horford. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Down low. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Tatum.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny the Jet. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 20 points, 2 block shots, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
Well, I like that they're aggressively going to the rack.
That's it for halftime.
Welcome back to the Great Lakes. We're back on the shores of Lake Michigan here in Milwaukee, and the buildings in the background at Sunset in Wisconsin. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Antetokounmpo in this game has been everywhere. Clark, when you look back at your terrific career, who is the one player that you considered your toughest opponent to go up against?
There were a couple of guys. Bernard King from the New York Knicks, because we saw them a handful of times a year, and he was just such a phenomenal scorer and a relentless worker offensively. He just never gave you a break. I didn't get to see the West Coast teams but twice a year. The Denver Nuggets in the early 80s had Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, and Dan Issel. And between those 3 guys, they were averaging about 80, 81 points a game. And I usually dealt with English or Vandeweghe. And those were long nights because those guys moved the ball, shot it from everywhere, and were excellent offensive players.
On the court right now for the Celtics, we've got Tatum. Irving is out there with Smart. Then there's Horford, and it's Ojale in at the 4. Shot clock at 5. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it doesn't even draw iron.
And the defense that time was late, and you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
There are just a lot of ways in which Antetokounmpo scores the ball. I mean, he's a terrific penetrator, plays downhill. He's a consistent and reliable shooter. And he's a guy that doesn't settle for bad shots. He's very locked into taking good shots.
Bucks leading by 3. Well, Greg, the Bucks can be a fearsome defense when things are clicking.
And the Bucks will do it with several approaches. I mean, great numbers in terms of steals and blocks. They force a lot of turnovers with their pressure and ball hawking skill. It's just a matter of when the offense can catch up to the defense. And when I watch Eric Bledsoe, I really feel like he's at his best when he's kind of prodding a defense. So hard to keep away from the rim. When he attacks, it just opens everything else up in his offensive game.
And the Bucks making a change here. Snell's checked in. And Greg, as you said, the aggressiveness Bledsoe has going to the rim is a key for him to getting those open shots then on the perimeter.
And the team is at their best when he is in attack mode. I mean, opens up lanes for cuts as you just can't keep him out of the paint. Knows when to drop off a pass after he beats his opponent as well for an easy score.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Here's Tatum. He's got 5. Over onto the Kumbo. Tatum's shot is off. Bucks leading by 5. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Antetokounmpo with the ball. 22 points for him. Henson with the screen. 5 to shoot. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 24 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Irving with a clean look. No good from outside. Bucks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Henson kicks to Antetokounmpo. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Allowing no space for the shooter to get comfortable. Just terrific defense.
Yeah, excellent extension on the block. Superb timing as well to swat that one away.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Pass to Henson. Off target at the rim. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Bucks ahead, up by 4. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Jason Kidd.
One possession at a time.
Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. Then there's Maker. And it's Henson in at the 5. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Irving drives in. Basket good. Irving's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Boston.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
He got right to the cup using that screen.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if there's anybody better than Kyrie Irving close to the basket. He has a great feel for how to score inside.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Nothing wrong with that. You got to be flexible. When something isn't working, you adjust, you modify, you go to something else. That's what the best coaches do.
And some changes here for the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Thon Maker. Chris Middleton comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Matthew Dellavedova. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Antetokounmpo kicks to Henson. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
Boy, Kevin, he just clanked that one. I mean, surprising because the defense wasn't really in the picture.
And that one's good, Irving.
We're putting on some kind of show here tonight. Irving, a relentless scorer.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo passes to Henson. And it's sent back by Horford.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
He hits the first one, and that gives them the lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 2-point ball game.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Irving against Bledsoe. Stolen by Middleton. An even 3-on-3 break. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Not a lot of room. No good there. Now Boston takes it the other way. Left side, Irving. In the corner, Smart with it. Horford against Antetokounmpo. Back to Henson. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Smart. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. They get it back. And it's Brown missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. Over Tatum. And too long on the shot.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Well, I don't think you set that decision in stone and anchor it in this timeout. You see how things play out. You're going to try to get a good, quick shot. And if it's a good 3 with a good shooter, let it fly. If it's something in the paint, then you take that. But it's about being a good, quick shot in this situation.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
Six seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Tatum. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. To win it. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center. Well, if you love great competition and neck-and-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
It'll be the Celtics off the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Boston. Smart and Brown outside on the wings. Tatum out there with Horford. And it's Irving at point. Now here is Dellavedova. Covered by Irving. And Henson kicks to Dellavedova. Bucks passing it around. And the dunk by Maker.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
That one good for 2. Irving's got the game tied up here for Boston.
And just great offensive execution by both sides, leaving nothing on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Greg, both of these teams completely aligned, in sync right now. I mean, they are torching the Nets late in this ball game.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Thon Maker. Chris Middleton comes in for Tony Snell. Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for DeAndre Liggins. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw.
It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. Henson with the screen. Antetokounmpo dishes to Henson. Money!
Man, I like seeing Henson nail these shots. A confident player who's ready to shoot in any and all situations.
On its way from Irving for two. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. On offense here, the Bucks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And so they foul intentionally. It's the first that increases their lead to 6.
Antetokounmpo has the complete and total trust of his teammates. A real Swiss Army knife, a versatile guy. Does everything and anything that needs to be done with the basketball in his hands.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 7. There's 37 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Again, Irving missing. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 33 points.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Exactly. Cold-blooded. Separation solidified. Great effort.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Here's Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch. And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
And so the Bucks take the win. They had to scrape and claw to push it to over.